Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the Boat, Brad Gilmore. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, coming from the hotel here in Orlando, Florida. But it's good. It's good. It's real good. How you feeling, Brad? How you feel, dog? I know you was a little under the weather. I hope you got some tea and some hibiscus, in you. So maybe you should be feeling a little bit better. How you feel, dog?
I'm good, Bookie. I'm getting over some sort of respiratory issue that I got. Man, and I got it on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? On the day, on Turkey Day, I started to feel under the weather, and then it's persisted throughout, and I'm still getting over it. But man, I'll tell you what, they hooked me up with half the pharmacy yesterday.
You were sleeping good then, huh?
This doctor was like, we're going to give you this cough syrup, we're going to give you an inhaler, we're going to give you a nasal spray, you're going to get some steroids, some antibiotics. I said, damn, am I in that bad a shape? So, but yeah, I was sleeping good, man. I was sleeping real nice. It wasn't Dilaudid, but it was the real close.
That D, dog. That D.
It wasn't that
put you right out, and you get total amnesia. And when you get that, you don't remember nothing. So no, man. No, it's been a hell of a weekend, though. It's been a hell of a weekend.
It's been a very interesting few days, from the Survivor Series through Monday Night Raw, and beyond it. I think that we'd be remiss to say the biggest of all is going down this Saturday, Christmas Chaos, at the Reality Wrestling Arena. Christmas Chaos is emanating from there for the very first time in the new home, and with a shiny LED board, with shiny new floors, polished concrete floors, and you can be a part of the action. If I believe, though, I think tickets are very slim.
I think we're maybe almost out of tickets, but we'll be opening another section, guys. We're gonna get you in. We're gonna get you in the house, even if it's standing room only. You get in the house because we need that. We need them dollars, man. We need to keep this thing rolling and make reality wrestling the biggest thing out there as far as the small television company. We're a small company, but we work hard for our artists. Right. And Callie Toenail, can't wait to see our first Super Chat winner. Can't wait to see Callie make his presence known in the Row Arena and become a VIP. I'm happy about this, man. I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah, man. Well, I know that you're there in the hotel room. You got NXT later on this evening. There's a big NXT show coming up next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. It's gonna have that Iron Survivor match and all kinds of good stuff. But where do you want to start, BT? Do we start with?
We got to start with the biggest news that broke the internet this weekend. That is the return of one Phil Brooks, one CM Punk made his return to the WWE. According to CM Punk. After Monday Night Raw's promo, he's back home.
That's what
do
you
you think about that? What do you think about that?
I was surprised to hear that.
I was surprised to hear that also.
Yeah. I didn't know that he ever had considered it, his home before. And I know people have been waiting to hear, you and I's thoughts because we've been critical, or at least I have for sure, been critical of CM Punk and the way he's conducted himself and the way he's acted since he made his wrestling return. And, I remember when he came back to AEW, he said that some amount of years ago he left pro wrestling. When he left Ring of Honor, he left pro wrestling. and then now he's made his return back to pro wrestling as being in AEW. But now I guess he's made his return back to sports entertainment. I was surprised to hear him say that because, look, obviously he said a lot of things about the company over the years, has had a lot of bad blood for the company. Some of it understandable, some of it not. So I was surprised not only to see him, but to see him call it home.
Yeah. You remember CM Punk made a quote when he was in AEW. He was talking about younger guys maybe thinking about going to the other side. And he said the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Right. But in certain places, like in Arizona, you can water that damn grass all day long and it ain't going to turn green. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? You know where I'm coming from? And maybe CM Punk, figured that out after a minute being in AEW, working with, certain guys. Say, for instance, when I went to TNA, I wouldn't necessarily say I thought the grass was greener on the other side, but I thought we could get some synthetic and then we could make
get some AstroTurf.
Exactly, and make this thing work. But it did for me. It did, it never worked out. It never panned out. And in a couple of years, boom, I was out of there. And maybe CM Punk, like I say, felt that man, maybe this ship can't be righted. And let me get the hell out of here and try to get back into WWE. So, I get it. 100%.
Yeah, man. Okay, so let's take it back, though. Let's take it back a step here. As far as CM Punk, the rumors since he got fired from AEW, there was rumors that, hey, man, is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? I was pretty sure that I thought that he wasn't. I was pretty adamant about it, just because I didn't see a need for it. Now, Triple H did an interview or at the post pay-per-view scrum, post-PLE scrum, media scrum. He was asked about it, and he said if there's a demand from the fans, if the fans want to see it, they're going to do what's best for the fans. And from that, I hear WWE wasn't necessarily looking for it, but the fans were telling them they wanted to see it, so they made the move, and they made the talks. Is that how you kind of understand it?
Yeah, it's business. This has nothing to do with anything other than numbers. I think at the end of the day, you don't hear one.
Look at you.
Excuse me. I'll get that. Actually, we got to take a break.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Stick around. We'll be back in a second. And winter is here, and you know what that means, trying to stay comfortable while you sleep. Well, I've got something exciting for you.
That's right, Book. We've recently discovered a game changer for a good night's sleep. It's called Miracle Made, and it has its new product, the silver-infused bed sheets inspired by NASA.
Yeah, these sheets are no ordinary sheets, guys. They've got self-cooling properties that keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, thanks to NASA-inspired technology.
And here's the kicker. They're self-cleaning too. Infused with silver, these sheets prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them fresh and clean 3 times longer than regular sheets. So that means no more gross odors. Plus, they're all about comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the crazy price tag of other luxury brands. Trust me, Book, they feel as nice, if not nicer, than the sheets used by some 5-star hotel.
And just in time for the holidays, guys, these miracle sheets make perfect gifts for your loved ones. And who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious bed sheets? And guess what, guys? You get 3 free towels with your purchase. But wait, there's more. These sheets are designed with your skin in mind. No more sleeping on bacteria that can clog your pores. You don't want that. Sleep clean with Miracle.
Yeah, so here's the deal, listeners. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And guess what? you will save over 40%.
Do it! And don't forget, guys, if you use the promo code at your checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and an extra 20% off.
And if that wasn't great, here's the best part. Miracle stands behind their product with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund from Miracle Made.
Hey guys, upgrade with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker and use the promo code Booker and claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Trymiracle.com/Booker. Treat yourself or a loved one this holiday season to a gift of better sleep. Don't wait. Try Miracle Made today. At the Hall of Fame, let me give you a testimonial on those Miracle Made sheets. I just ordered 3 more sets. I didn't wait for nobody to send me some because I tell you, they talk about 5-star hotels. Those are the best sheets I've ever slept on in my life. I'm serious, dog. I ain't lying. That's the truth. I'm not just giving, it's not just some, testimonial to keep some sponsorship or anything like that. I told Charmel to make sure they stay stocked. We don't want to run out of them, for the rest of our lives.
Well, hopefully you use the promo code. You got those 3 free towels with them.
It's Black Friday.
Little Black Friday deal. I like it. We were talking though about CM Punk before we went to the break. Okay, let me ask you this. I want to take this a step back before we really get into everything that it means for him being back. Let's start. You get to the building in Chicago. Is it the Allstate Arena where y'all were on Saturday? Is that where it was?
Yeah.
You get to the Allstate Arena in Chicago. What was the vibe backstage? Because look, when I was watching the kickoff show, other than feeling very bad for you and Pete and all the guys and girls out there for being in the cold weather, the CM Punk magic was already there, right? Or the energy. Was that something that was being talked about backstage? Like, hey guys, you think this is going to happen, or were y'all just business as normal?
Of course, people was talking about, do we think it's going to happen? Is he here? For me, I was, I never really, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. If he showed up, he showed up. If he didn't, he didn't. But like you say, the contingency there outside the Allstate Arena at the kickoff show, man, it was CM Punk. It was all about it. At one point off the air, the fans were chanting CM Punk so loud. I told him to guys, I turned around out of my seat and I said, guys, quiet down for a second, quiet down. And everybody got silent. And I told them, CM Punk is not here tonight. and I just started laughing like crazy. But I didn't know he was going to show up. But I tell you, this is huge. This is huge because this is a huge blow. This is a huge blow that Chicago market has been huge. Of course, for AEW, bringing CM Punk in was a huge, plan to really, boost that thing to the next level. Bottom fell out, still tried to run Chicago. Now it's gonna be so hard for that company to step back in Chicago without someone like CM Punk. And that goes to back to my old adage, what I was saying, man, just keep your damn mouth shut and just take care of your business, and then you may not fall in the potholes like this one right here, because this is just one pothole. Those potholes are going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This goes back to when I was in WCW, and we was running for 83 weeks, and then next thing you know, the bottom fell out. Company got sold, and all those guys were looking for a job, because Ted Turner. You think he missed any champagne wishes and steak dinners? Oh no! He said, "Man, let me pull the plug on this." So sooner or later, I feel like Tony Khan will be doing the same thing if he don't just keep his mouth shut and run his company.
So you're saying that this was a bigger. Okay, let me ask you this: was this a bigger blow to AEW or a bigger win for WWE?
It was a bigger blow to AEW.
Yeah.
As well as it was but it was a huge win for WWE as well. I mean, I think they both, equal as far as, if it was a Road Warrior pop. Something like that. But no, I feel like it was a huge blow just because the build up, the how much they put into that thing, for it to just fall apart the way it did. I think, that's a huge blow to AEW.
So, okay. Now, let me ask you another thing. Why were y'all out in the cold?
We was out in the cold because we was in Chicago. And they sold so many damn tickets because they thought CM Punk was going to be in the building. It wasn't an inch to move around in Allstate Arena. Let me tell you something. When I left Allstate Arena after I watched the first match, and I say I could watch it on the app. Let me get back to the hotel, try to beat the crowd. And I tell you, it was so many people still filing into Allstate Arena. It was like, what the hell are these people going? It took me 30 minutes to get out from around Allstate Arena. And literally, like I say, everybody should have been in the arena already. That's how many people showed up anticipating CM Punk might show up to the building.
Well, so that is saying something about not just the draw of CM Punk, but the hot streak the WWE's been on this whole year when it comes to pay-per-views.
Tell me this. You saw the arrival of CM Punk in AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just saw the return of CM Punk in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Which pop you think was more massive?
I will say it's close, but I will give the edge to the Survivor Series pop.
Man, it was different.
Yeah.
It was different. And you know what was different about, just watching Monday Night Raw? Just watching Monday Night Raw, it made me have the feeling of the way it felt back in the day, to where every guy that walked out of that curtain was a star. Everybody, all night. And I was like, man, this began to give me goosebumps again, because that's the way it was back in the day. Every guy that walked out, every girl walked out, they were a star. And, they had their fan base, that was going to make sure they brought their sides and whatnot. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see it.
Now, Triple H said that this is something that happened literally very quickly. And he said as soon as all the speculation tampered down a little bit, they were actually able to get the deal done. Does this show you about WWE that so long as there's money to be made, everything's forgiven?
I said it once, I said 1,000 times, man. It's not about friendships or anything like that in this business. It's about making money. CM Punk has a legacy, man. He has a story to tell. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, you got to give a guy props how he created, this straight edge, kid CM Punk, whatnot, and he's parlayed it, man. You got to give him credit for that, and to have been away from this business for 10 years, from the company for 10 years, and his name still, rings, in the arena wherever we go. That says something. That says a whole lot about him. And I know people are going to be saying now, oh, why is Booker T saying good things about CM Punk? No, I'm just telling the truth. That's it. And WWE to just let him hang out there and not pick him up, that might have been a big mistake. Might have been a huge mistake. So, yeah, it's all business.
Yeah, I didn't think that WWE necessarily needed him just from the standpoint of the roster's on fire. It's probably the deepest roster they've had in a long time. But just because you don't need the extra weapon, just because you don't need the extra home run hitter, if they are out there to sign, now that I'm looking at it, hindsight being 2020, I see why you make that call. My thing was this, and perhaps I'm wrong in my assessment, because, and this was probably also me underestimating the boys in the locker room, which is my fault. Because, I think the boys will do business so long as there's money to be made in WWE. I can't say the same about the other place. But in WWE, it always seems to be the case because there's one person who's controlling everything and kind of letting it all on the line. But I said, why bring in somebody who obviously is a bit of a powder keg, and we saw how everything went with him in AEW. I thought it would upset the apple cart a little too much. I didn't see the point of that. Right? I didn't see the point of like, hey, if this could potentially ruin a good thing that we got going, why do it? Now, it seems like from reports online, which you can only believe so much, most people, it was water under the bridge with CM Punk about things that he said and done and all of this stuff in the past. But I think time will tell on that side of the thing. It was a love fest when he came back in AEW too. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I really don't think the problems that we saw in AEW with CM Punk, we're going to see him in the WWE right now. And the reason I say that is because CM Punk's a different person now. He's not that same kid that, he was 10 years ago. He's not. This is perhaps CM Punk's last run. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm sure he probably want to go out on the right note, just for himself. Like I say, I said, I can't remember when I said it, but, and if you can, I know you remember. I said, nobody wants to leave this business with their legacy just out there and it's all just crap, all just mud. No one wants that. And for CM Punk to have a chance to come back to WWE and right that ship, rewrite the ending with WWE, I'm sure that's the way one would want to go out this business. And I say that because so many guys say, man, the Hall of Fame don't mean nothing. Man, that don't mean nothing to me. Man, hey, I don't give a damn about no Hall of Fame. So many people, they'll say that until they get the phone call. And then they go, yeah, I would love to do that because you're going to have that one chance to thank the fans for that ride. And all those guys that helped you get there, all those mentors, all those teachers that help you get there along the way. If you don't get a chance to do that in front of, for me, Madison Square Garden, sold out. Oh, man, get goosebumps just thinking about it. No, that's something I think every wrestler at the end of the day, we got to take a break. Every wrestler at the end of the day will love to have that moment. But and I think CM Punk has a chance to do that. Stick around, guys. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section and row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, bro.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price guaranteed. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. We're talking about that boy, CM Punk. He's back. He's back home in the WWE. I want to know what all the comments are out there right now as far as, CM Punk being back in WWE. I mean, all the, with so much hate going back and forth when CM Punk was, on the other side and whatnot. I'm hoping that hate is going to go away with me and the CM Punk fans out there, because so many people for so long, I felt like I had a problem with CM Punk. I think CM Punk threw a jab out at me last night on Monday Night Raw. Because at the end, did you hear that? You heard that,
what
right?
did he say?
He said, he ain't worried about nobody, not commentators, anybody. And I'm like, what did Punk just mention me? Did Punk just mention me?
Well, he was selective in his words last night. I will say it was an interesting promo, for his first time back.
Was it the best Look here. I'm gonna give it a rating just like I did.
Headlines.
No, man. Just like when he came to AEW, he gave the promo. He did the promo. And I said it wasn't the best promo I ever saw. It could have had a lot more substance to it, this, that, whatnot, and the other. And a lot of people gave me backlash because I said that, because I didn't say it was the greatest promo in the world. It was a pipe bomb. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And this promo on Monday night, it was a heartfelt promo. Okay, that's what I think. I think at points in times, CM Punk got caught in the moment a little bit. He almost got choked up just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just because I know this. When you leave the company, and then you come back, you wonder how the fans are going to treat you, right? You wonder if they're going to boo you out the building or not. You just don't know. And for CM Punk, the way he left, like you say, very, very polarizing. And then to come back, even though in Chicago, he might have had that feeling, wondering, man, how is it going to really be? Well, actually, we're not in Chicago. Well,
last night was in Nashville.
Exactly my point. For CM Punk to come out not really having that comfort zone, being in Chicago, wondering, man, what are these fans? How are they going to react? And then they give him the ultimate pop and the ultimate respect. Man, that does something to you. I know when I came back in 2011, I say this all the time, when I came back to the Rumble and I walked out the curtain and the fans, bam, they popped for me. I say I thought The Rock was standing behind me because the fans went nuts, and I was like, man, they really, it wasn't that it wasn't about seeing me wrestle or anything like that. They were just glad to see me. And I'm sure, no doubt in my mind that happened to CM Punk.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely happened with CM Punk as far as trying to, like you said, how are they going to react? Because it is one thing to go to AEW, which is, I'm not saying AEW audience is anti.
It's the enemy. It's the enemy.
I'm not saying they're anti WWE, but they're definitely counterculture to WWE. So you go over there, you take some shots at WWE. You're gonna be you're gonna be cheered. It's kind of what a lot of people do in AEW when they first get in there. Not always, but it's what a lot of them do when they first come over from one side to the other. With CM Punk, he was embraced so much because he always looked to be the antithesis of WWE. So when he went to AEW, that's why the pop was so massive, because they're like, this is the guy right now who is going to really speak truth to power as far as the problems with WWE, and he's here in AEW. And then they start Collision for him. That goes all sideways after All In, and he comes back. So I'm sure before he walked through the crowd, through the curtain, even being in Chicago at the WWE show, what's the pop going to be like? Because also you have to think about this, how tired the audience must have been by that time, in all honesty, because you had two really awesome War Games matches. You had a return of Randy Orton. You had a Money in the Bank potential cash-in. I mean, that was just right before Punk comes out. And then Punk comes out, and it was a monstrous reaction. WWE said it's the most social moment in WWE history. More tweets and retweets and views and reels and headlines all within that 24-hour period.
Look, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, can't even try to spin it or anything like that. It's huge. And like I said, I know people are going to be saying, why is Booker saying good stuff about CM Punk? And the thing is, I don't think I've really said anything really bad about CM Punk. It's always been constructive criticisms. And as far as CM Punk star power, I don't think you're going to ever hear me quote on any platform that CM Punk wasn't a big star. CM Punk didn't bring something to the table. He didn't contribute to this business. No, you're never gonna hear that. And for CM Punk now to be back home, one thing I think about is the angles are going to be a whole lot more real and a whole lot more personal. I could see him and Seth Rollins, doing something and that do big numbers.
Did you see the Seth Rollins video after War Game?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I could see that doing, big dollars. I could see him and Roman doing big dollars. Him and Cody doing. It's so many moves now that could be made from a realistic perspective. And it ain't gonna be about somebody pulling their own strings and creating their own angles, like everything is. And it's a reason why didn't I say having all these VPs when that company first started? I said, man, that's not gonna work. When the boys are calling the shots, making all the rules. It's like the prisoners running the insane asylum. You can't let that happen. The guards running around scared, locking themselves up because they don't want to be. That's of course. CM Punk's in a. I'm not saying this to disparage anybody or anything, but CM Punk's in a much better place as far as creating some really, really good moments and some really, really good angles towards the end of his career. That's just me. That's just me personally. I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not really changing much of my energy about. I saw how, from at least the outside perspective looking in, how certain things were conducted in AEW with CM Punk. I think time will tell if he really. But
no. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. Not just how things were conducted when CM Punk was in AEW. How they conducting things now? If somebody's just drinking some blood on there, come on. Do you think? I mean, how long do I want to be a part of something like this? Even if I'm not saying anything publicly, I'm like, man, what? When I see somebody, I'm not going to even say names. Somebody's riding on a 10-speed bicycle to bonk somebody with a foreign object, and then get whacked. That stretches the credulity. Look that up if you don't know what the word means.
It's a good word. Well, but okay, but I'm
you know what?
That's not what I'm saying.
I've been wanting to use that word for a long time.
Well, okay, yes, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that sentiment as well. But and the credulity and all things. But I'm still saying I want to see, if this, and he didn't have to prove anything to me, and I'm not saying he does, but I just want to see, hey, is this CM Punk, gonna go with the flow, the way that things are run now in WWE? Because WWE, you cannot doubt, has had an incredible run this year. They've had maybe one of the best years in this company in the past 20, as far as pay-per-views, development of talent, ratings, victories, successes, record gates, record merch, record money.
You know what, and CM Punk's smart to want to be a part of that.
Well, of course, yes, yeah. I agree.
And the thing is,
just don't invite it. Look
here. Can CM Punk rock the boat? Of course he can. Every big star always seem to rock the boat in some way, shape, or fashion. It's just the way it is. Guys that make it to a certain level, they always seem to, shake a few feathers and rub people the wrong way a little bit. That's just part of it. We've heard every big star. Other than perhaps The Rock. You're going to hear stories about Hogan, the Savage, Warriors. Yeah. All those guys had their quirks, and they all made big money. And CM Punk falls under that banner.
Well, I mean, that's great. Look, here's my thing. This is what I'll say. Just don't invite him to the post-pay-per-view press conferences. Just let him sit in the back. I don't need to hear about any more accounting of his people's moms or anything like that. Just you can have his baked goods in the back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. And personal issues sometimes becomes very personal. Mm-hmm. If you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I don't know the friendship, of he and one, is Cabana. I don't know. But when you friends like that, sometimes those personal issues becomes real personal. I ain't protecting nobody. You know what I mean.
I feel you. And here's the thing. Look, as Triple H said, it's a clean slate. He said he's a different person. He says Punk's a different person. He says it's a different company. And we'll see where it goes from here.
Oh, he cause some trouble, get his ass whooped. Hey, we gotta take a break. Stick around in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Sucker! And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com and use promo code and receive your first month absolutely free, man. Visit BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Boom. Welcome back inside the hall, y'all. We're just talking a little sports entertainment. CM Punk's back. It's back in the WWE. But before we get moving, just want to let everybody know we got a big show going down, Reality of Wrestling, December 2nd, Christmas Chaos. Oh, man, this is our baby. We've been doing this since the inception, pretty much, of Reality of Wrestling, and I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited about the matches. Jacob Fatu is going to be back in the house, taking on One Edge Stone. Going to be having 5-carat diamonds match for the interim Reality of Wrestling's women's championship as well, and as well as Eli Knight is going to be taking on Danny Limelight, the light versus the night. Oh yes, man! Can't wait, man. December 2nd, right there, 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. If you're anywhere in the surrounding areas, come on down, have some fun. Christmas Chaos tickets are still available, but I must say they are very, very slim. So do it. Do it now. I do it for you.
I do it for you, Buck. Well, we were talking about Survivor Series. We talked about one big comeback. And I guess before we get off CM Punk, let me just ask you this. What'd you think of that fan video, the footage of Seth after the show? When you see something like that, I mean, because when I saw it, I go, oh, this man's going to try to make some money here. That's what I saw. But, I mean, some people think it's real. Some people think it's not. We know Seth said things about Punk before. I mean, what do you think when you see that? Do you think he's trying to plant some seeds?
You know what? I'm not going to try to create an angle or anything like that, or try to predict which route Seth Rollins is trying to go, because Seth Rollins is a businessman. Seth Rollins has been nothing but business since day one. I talked about Seth Rollins over this last almost 4-year run that Roman has had. He could have been a guy that could have complained. He could have been a guy that said, man, let me get the hell up out of here, man. I ain't got time for this because I ain't getting no shot. Yeah. But Seth Rollins, he knows the big picture. He's smart. I give him a lot of credit for that. As far as trying to keep this game real, I think we're in a place here in the WWE where all of our angles could be somewhat close to real as they possibly can be. Of course, we're going to have our entertainment segments and whatnot, but as far as guys going out and having real issues with each other, opposed to, it was great to share the ring with him tonight, and I'll see you at the Waffle House. We'll sign some autographs together. I wish those days go to hell away. You know what I mean? I wish for more guys like Seth Rollins, as well as CM Punk, that makes this thing a lot more real to me, as far as guys in the locker rooms having issues. And the reason I say that, because I don't have a lot of friends in the business, because the guys in the locker room were guys that I was competing with to be at the top of the card, bottom line. So I was going to go out and outperform you. There's a reason why Chris Jericho and we're really, really good friends now. It's because we wasn't friends at all when we were working. We were competing against each other at the highest level every night, from WCW to WWF to WWE, all the way to the end. We were competing against each other, and I think that's what made the shows and the in-ring work means so much more to those fans. Yeah. I think that come up to us and embrace us still to this day. So nah, man, I'm not gonna go where the promo, if you want to call it a promo, but Seth Rollins is doing exactly what I need him to do in this situation.
Yeah, no, Seth's the man. I think I saw what might have been going on here. But look, we talked about one return. Let's talk about a couple others that happened at Survivor Series. Mainly Randy Orton. Randy came back and booked, this is double back fusion surgery, I believe he's coming off of. And he looked physically maybe the best I've ever seen him look. I mean, he was yoked. He was jacked. He was shredded. He was, oh, yeah, man. He was all the things and in between. He looked great. What did you think about the Viper coming back? And did you get a chance to chat up with Randy at all at the show?
Nah, man. I didn't get a chance to chat it up with anybody because I was getting ready to face that Hulk, that blizzard. I was thinking about that 30-degree weather out there. But so I stayed in one pretty much location the whole time. I was in the TV locker room until I had to go out and do my work. But I normally don't, see too many guys before the show at the pay-per-views or anything like that. But I saw Randy about, I don't know, month ago, and at the PC here in Orlando, and he was just training, getting himself prepared to get back out there. And I didn't say anything about it, but man, he looked great. He looked great even then. I was like, wow, man, he looked like he put on about maybe a good 10 pounds of muscle. And of course, with having that back issue, he's going to have to, try to protect it, as much as he possibly can. So it was good to see him back. And of course, people say, oh man, he looks great. He looks better than he ever have. Yeah. That's just the way the old 69 Chevy looks. It's still shining. It's still it'll roar. You hit it. You don't want to hit it too hard. You know what I mean? You don't want to hit it too hard. I think that's what Randy is.
Yeah, I like that analogy. As far as it never looked bad. But when you put a coat of wax on it, all of a sudden it's that that blue's really popping. You sparkle it in the light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now that's what I was going to ask. When you had a few serious injuries in your career, you're fortunate that way, but you did have your knee problems in WCW at one point. Did it change your style when you came back to work? Because Randy, when I think about the back, I'm thinking, man, he's got to hit an RKO, and he's landed right on his back every single time, and he hit 3 or 4 of them that time. So I didn't see too many changes in the way he was working, but is that it has to be a consideration, I guess is my question.
Yeah, I think you change. Of course, it's conscious, but I think it's subconscious at the same time. You don't even really know you're doing it. You're just doing it. You got to figure out how to do it. And, you got to cross that bridge when you actually get there. It's one of those type of deals. I always know I couldn't jump as high as I could after the surgeries. I couldn't do certain things like, I could before. So I definitely changed things up. But I just thought smart more than anything. And I think with Randy Orton and his style, he's not going to have to change up a whole lot. I wouldn't even think that the RKO is the reason why he had to have back surgery. That probably happened, that probably happened picking someone up.
Yeah.
Giving someone a body slam. I mean, serious. That's why I always said I would never pick up guys that was over 200 pounds. You're never gonna see me body slam anybody that was over 200 pounds because I just felt like picking guys up over and over and over a period of time would hurt me. So I really don't think his back injury is from the RKO.
Oh, I don't know if it was or not. I'm just saying, like, when you land on your back doing the RKO every time, I just wonder if that's something that you think about. Move
if it was his neck, I would be more concerned.
Okay, I hear that. It's just certain guys too with their finishers. I mean, we saw two that come to my mind. One of them was Hogan. Hogan had to get all those back surgeries, he said, from dropping the leg and having all that weight compressed down on his spine every single night.
Yeah.
And then we saw Nikki Bella. I think she had neck fusion surgery. Nikki Garcia now. From doing the rack attack where the person would land on her shoulders every night.
Yeah, I tell people all the time the joint doesn't rejuvenate, the bone doesn't rejuvenate. Once that goes, it's pretty much gone. That's why so many of these guys have knee replacements, hip replacements. Even for me, Spinaroonie, I didn't realize how much I had to use my left elbow to actually pull that move off over the years, and then had to go have elbow surgery one day just from pointing. The meat just fell out the bone, But no, man, that's just part of the game. It's just,
I know something you have to do, but Randy did look good, and the War Games matches, by the way, I thought were phenomenal. I thought that the War Games match, which is a tough concept sometimes to pull off, I thought they did real good. I thought the women did especially well. I don't know if I know you were frozen outside. I don't know if you got a chance to actually watch any of the show.
No, me and Peter Rosenberg, we went straight to the bar, and we had his computer, and we actually sit there and watched the show all the way to the end till CM Punk came out. We were actually watching the credits go up, and I remember Peter Rosenberg said, "He's not coming, man. The credits are going up." And then, boom, they hit the music and whatnot. So they played it all the way out. Yeah, I got a chance to watch most of it.
What'd you think of that women's War Games match? I thought it was awesome.
That one, we didn't have a computer up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
Well, it was really good. I mean, to no one's surprised. I mean, I thought the whole night had really good matches on it. It's just WWE has been on this hot streak all year with their pay-per-views. They haven't had one bad pay-per-view.
I'm gonna tell you, I really believe, just like I said about Monday night, as far as just about everybody that came out the curtain felt special. I think that's what the business needs more than anything. I talked about those signs and those fans having those signs cheering for their favorite. Man, I think that's what we need. I really think that's what this business need to actually have, that attitude era feel to it. And the only way that's going to happen is we just can't focus on one guy being the star anymore. It just can't be like that. And I know that's been perhaps the blueprint for quite some years, but I know the blueprint before that worked just as well. When everybody was selling T-shirts, everybody was selling merch, everybody was a star. And I think that's the feel that we have right now. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for an important public service announcement.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. This is something more essential, a revolutionary ball trimmer that has landed right here from the future.
That's right. Manscaped has been working overtime to upgrade your below-the-waist grooming experience with their cutting-edge Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
Let's cut to the chase. Every man out there knows the fear of going in for a close shave in those most sensitive areas.
Yeah, we've been there, Book, but fear no more. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is the hero that you deserve, featuring not one, but two interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads.
This isn't just your standard grooming. It gives that super smooth finish with a new foil blade your heart desires. And Manscaped delivers.
And it does not stop there. With dual LED spotlights, you can navigate the darkest of regions with precision, regardless of your skin tone.
And they thought of everything, man. 3-length setting comb. And guess what, my man? This bad boy is waterproof.
That's right, Booker. Trim with confidence in or out of the shower. The Lawnmower 5.0 trimmer helps reduce nicks, the risk of ingrown hairs, and those dreaded grooming accidents.
And because we've got your back, man, get 20% off free shipping with the code, Booker T at manscaped.com.
Just think about it. 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com with the code Booker T. High-tech grooming for your low places.
Look, man, from a personal experience, this isn't just a ball trimmer. It's like a spaceship for your man parts. Smooth, efficient, and it takes care of business, dog.
Remember, we're keeping it real with you all. We partnered with Manscaped because we believe in the product. They hooked us up, and we're passing that on to you.
So, gentlemen, upgrade your grooming game, man, and visit manscaped.com. And don't forget to use the promo code Booker T for your exclusive deal. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Just talking a little Survivor Series, what went down. Of course, we got a big show, Reality of Wrestling. I want to make sure I mention that show again. Reality of Wrestling is going down December 2nd. The Reality of Wrestling Arena, 9300 M&F Lowry Expressway. We got some big matches. I will be there along with my main man, Gaspar. In Gaspar, we got some business to take care of on Saturday night. And guess what? I'm giving you guys a spoiler right now. It's going to be a Saturday night special.
Okay. We have to see what happens. And it's a Saturday night special. It sounds good. It sounds real good.
I think that's going to be the title. I think that's going to be the name of the show.
Christmas Chaos Saturday Night Special?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Will Allday has been cleared to compete and defend his Reality Wrestling Championship. We know we're going to crown an interim Diamonds champion. We know the tag team titles are going to be on the line. The brand new champions defending against Fly Def. There's a lot going on. On Saturday night, and it's going to be a Saturday night.
Eli Knight
versus
Night. Danny Limelight. Night versus Light.
The Night versus the Light. And I will say, if any of y'all are listening to this or watching this who've never seen Eli Knight, he has on the back of his tights, I think it says disrespectfully athletic. I think is what it says. And yeah, he lives up to that. I mean, it's unbelievable what this guy can do.
Unbelievable talent. Got to check him out.
Unbelievable talent. So, yeah,
yes.
And, he's former tag team champion himself at Reality of Wrestling. We have a couple super chats booked. Do you want to get to them now?
Let's do it. Do it now.
All right, this is going to be our first one of the day, and it comes from
Super Chat.
John JID 999. CM Punk not mentioning AEW in his return is how it should be. I'd not mention a company either where the CEO thinks drinking blood is good for wrestling. Or is good wrestling. Excuse me.
That's what I said. That's what I said when CM Punk first came to AEW. I said the same thing. I was like, man, the WWE thing just, didn't get me. I just thought, could have wanted a whole lot different, but here and there. But this promo that he cut there again, for me, it felt like a heartfelt promo. It seemed like he was speaking from the heart. It seemed like he had some notes written, but sometimes you just say, man, forget the script, and you just go with the heart. But so for me, whether the greatest promo as far as I'm finna whoop everybody's ass in the locker room promo, which that's what I'm looking for a lot of times. It wasn't it was not that.
Yeah. It was kind of just a I'm back promo, and that was it. It didn't set up anything. Now, he did say at the end, this is what got a lot of the attention to the camera.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Yeah. You know what? Facts. Look here. If these damn wrestlers today thinking about just going out there doing stupid stuff, jumping off something, and not thinking about making money, it's not about making friends. It's about making money because most of us stay in different states. All right, different cities, some even different countries. Hey man, we all got families. Guys that's looking to go out and have buddies and make friends, they looking they looking for somebody to drink with. They looking for somebody to do mischief with. You know what I mean? If you ain't got some buddy that you just going to the gym with, hanging out, drinking protein shakes, you don't need them. Honestly, because this ain't the type of business where you need to make a lot of friends. Facts.
Right.
Bottom line.
Yeah. That's the way it goes, yo.
And look here, that's just, if anybody, you can talk to any of the guys that made it to the next level. Trust me, they'll tell you the same exact thing.
So that would seem to be the only thing that he said that might have been setting something up later. I don't know. We'll have to find out. This comes from Cali Toenail. I'm making that paper, baby, so I can come out and play, but I'm excited and I'm coming, baby. # who you with. Cali Toenail is going to be here. Chris Chaos.
Hey man, get ready to rock, Cali. Get ready to see some action. Get ready to see reality wrestling at its finest. We actually adding a couple of new bells and whistles to the arena this week too. So guys, stay tuned. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited for that as well. Another super chat here comes from M Music. That CM Punk pop outplayed the entire ending of Survivor Series. Punk said it. He's not about making friends. He's about making the money. Brad, take your AG1. Oh, why am I? Okay. I actually did take some AG1 today. Trying to fight this cold.
No, look here. I ain't mad at nobody, getting paper in this business. Everybody that listens to the show, you guys, if you're really listening, you'll hear me say it like, many, many times over and over, that what this business is about at the end of the day. It's about making money. It's about, trying to parlay this time in this business, into whatever you're going to, want to do next, or, be one of those guys that make enough money to where you could, sit back and, do your own thing, create your own business and whatnot, So for me, at the end of the day, this is not a game. This is not about coming out and playing wrestler. Like I know a lot of the fans out there think, they think that they can do. A lot of the fans, they think that they can get off their sofa and go and do what a lot of these guys do. No, and those guys that have fans thinking that way, it's their fault. It's really their fault. For me, this is a business. And I'm going to put my hard hat on, my boots, and I'm coming to work every week, and then I'm clocking out. And I'm going home, and I ain't going home talking about it like it was a game, because I got kids to feed. You know what I mean? I got a wife to make sure I take care of. That's why we got Blue Chew. All right? So make sure you take care of your business.
We have another one here from Vaughn. It just says, hey, Book, I'm invited to NXT every week finally. So good for Vaughn.
Yeah. You're always invited to NXT. Everybody's invited to NXT. Come on down and have some fun in the PC down there, man. It's an awesome facility. And we have some of the best stars, up-and-coming superstars in NXT. See them before they make their big run.
Yeah, it was cool because they put a lot of little commercial packages for NXT during Raw last night. I saw that you were the voice of one of them. You shot some stuff down there. I'm assuming they're trying to make you are they making you the face?
I am the face of NXT. I'm the face, not the voice. The face.
You're the face. Yeah. Vic's the voice. Yeah. You're the face.
Vic's the voice. Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you this. If they ever came to you and said, "Hey, Book, we love you on commentary, but we'd like for you to be like the general manager of NXT," would you want to do that?
Do that. it's not something I would want to do, but I probably would do it just because I'm a team player. It's just another job more than anything. I've always looked at myself like a utility guy, but I like doing the commentary. But if they want to shift me to do GM thing, yeah, I would do it. Yeah, I think I could play that role.
Now, earlier,
and the thing is, it's just another role.
Just another role. Everything. So somebody asked me the other day. I was being interviewed, and they asked, what makes reality wrestling, so different. And I was going into some of the stuff, and then I said, well, when you think about who you're getting trained by, you're getting trained by Booker T, and you could say in your WCW career, one of the best technical wrestlers ever, right? But what I said, look, you got a guy who, and this is, I actually truly mean this, and I think this is what separates reality wrestling, is you have somebody, we learn from you, right? And you were a good technical wrestler. You were a good wrestler for entertainment. You were a good babyface. You were a good heel. You worked in the main event as a world champion. You worked on the opening. You were in the mid card at times. You were in a tag team. You were in a singles. You then went from doing that to being a general manager on SmackDown. And then you went from doing that to, oh yeah, he's a commentator on Raw. He's a commentator on NXT. There hasn't been anything, literally any job that you could have in the WWE that you haven't done or in pro wrestling and done at a high level and been a champion or elevated. So that's always my pitch to people about reality wrestling. I was like, you're learning from somebody who's, when they say you've done everything in the business, like literally done everything that you could do.
Bro, you give me the script, and I think that's what it's all about with this business. You give me the script and you run with it. You try to make the script as, good, as, memorable, as laughable if need be, as you possibly can. Everything is, for me, has always been, a bonus because I'm living my best life. I tell people, before I was 25, I used to have to work for a living. I don't really feel like I've worked since I was 25 years old. I'm serious, because this business has been something that I have done for free. I've loved doing it since day one. It's been a passion of mine, and now it's my trade, and I have my own, wrestling company, my own wrestling promotion, my own television show, and a kid coming from South Park, Texas, never in a million years one would have thunk it.
Never in a million one would have thunk it, man.
Would have thunk it.
I mean, it really adds to your credulity,
Yeah, right.
Now, and this will sound like I'm setting you up to say something negative about AEW, and I promise that I'm not. But what do you think when you see stuff like the drinking of the blood? Because that was a pretty big topic online. I'm a guy who, I don't like any blood in pro wrestling, unless it's occurs naturally by accident. Like last night when Drew headbutted the title, he started bleeding a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was real too.
Yeah, that was real. When he did it, I said, "Oof, that looked like it hurt."
Oh yeah.
But what do you think about stuff like that? Have we evolved past the use of blood in pro wrestling? And if we haven't passed the use of blood, have we surpassed the gross factor of drinking somebody's blood in a match?
Look, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. I mean, I know Abdullah the Butcher, I've seen, the gore, of these death matches and whatnot. Just for me, trying to do business, and they were just talking about WWE and sponsors, how it's hard to get the huge major sponsors like Rolex, Tesla, stuff like that on your product, because of the way people look at this business. I remember going to a high school way back in the day. Okay, Tiger Conway Jr., God rest his soul. We was doing this high school, and the principal insisted, guys, no blood. Tiger Conway went out there and he bled at this high school. These kids was running around screaming and hollering. And after that, we were never able to go into any more high schools ever and promote professional wrestling. I tried to do a wrestling show at my old junior high school, and it was the hardest thing I possibly could ever be trying to. It was like, it was like, nuclear, like, your secrets, no, don't talk to them. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Finally, I got in and we did the show, and it was a good show, but just that look is dead. It's gone. It's old. It's outdated. All right. You don't change with the times. The time's going to pass you by. We got, diseases out there that we know about now that's transferred through blood. Okay. And God forbid a drop get on a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened. It's the dumbest thing in the world. That's the way I feel about it. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in 2023. And that sums it up.
Well, you know what? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think we're way past the blood and the gore of pro wrestling. But when you have a match called Blood and Guts, I guess you kind of have to have some blood and guts and or a death.
Well, why don't we show? Well, you know what? Why don't we show some guts? Cut, just wide open in the middle of the. Show that too. Don't just show the blood.
Yeah.
Show the guts.
Well, I think we got to take a break and then we'll come back. I think we got one more segment.
Damn it! I want to see all of them. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Oh yeah, man! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We talking about blood and guts, all that, everything.
Everything.
But no, man, I'm not off into the blood matches. I think that's something that's a relic, something that's of the past. And I just think I don't know. I know some people out there like that stuff, though. A lot of people like horror movies, stuff like that. So, it's a market for it, I guess.
There's a market for it.
Yeah.
But not. I'm not the market. And as you said earlier, Rolex isn't the market. Tesla isn't the market.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But I actually think that and this is also my issue with like the dark side of the ring stuff is wrestling has worked so hard, I think, in the last 30 years to be a mainstream entity, right? Instead of
form of entertainment.
Yeah, instead of being looked at like a carnival act, like where it came from, right? And I feel like WWE has done a phenomenal job in creating corporate sponsors and corporate events and philanthropy and letting people look at WWE and wrestling in a different prism than they had previously. And when you have shows where people are drinking blood, where you have shows that show like Dark Side of the Ring that show the debauchery and the wild side and the negative aspects of pro wrestling, it really gets me down, man. I don't really enjoy that too much because I look at it and I go, y'all are taking us back for no reason. For no reason. Other than like the thing is, I never hear anybody like before AEW, I never heard anybody, maybe they were out there, but I never heard anybody go, oh man, I wish that WWE would let guys bleed again. I never heard that. You know what I mean?
I just think you got to be conscious of things more so than anything. Just say, for instance, I listen to the radio and you hear a rap song and certain words they bleep out, because they know you got kids at home. They know you got kids, but they still got to play the song. They still got to try to make this thing as edgy as we possibly can. And I was watching WWE last night, and it came to a point in the show, and there was a holy. They would bleep that. They would bleep that out just because they do have a market. They are trying to get bigger sponsors. They do want this thing to be looked at in a at least a respectful way. If I do got kids at home that's watching it, I can say, well, they are being somewhat conscious of what they're trying to put out there. But when you're not, you just, being rogue and just doing some of the craziest stuff in the world, and you expect for me to let my kids watch it. It's a problem there. So if you're not conscious of that, that's on you. That's on you as a businessman, and the EVPs and all of them, every one of them. That's on them.
I agree,
and that's where something needs to happen.
Well, we have a couple more super chats here before we get out of here. Today, this is from Elijah Vin. Hey Booker, I wanted to know why do people think Seth Rollins was faking with the CM Punk thing when he cursed at him? We talked about this a little bit earlier in the show.
I don't know how people were thinking that, and the thing is, if it got you thinking, that's the motive. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get fans to feel a certain way about this thing. We know the friction between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, just from an outside perspective, looking at it. And if we can lean into it, let's lean into it. You know what? If Seth Rollins and CM Punk could have a real fight in the hallway, that'd even be better.
It would definitely build up the anticipation, huh?
Heck yeah.
But let me ask you this too. Like, actually, never mind. I'm not going to ask that because we kind of talked about it earlier, and I don't want to give away too much.
All right.
Alex Cosentino says, I've always wondered why you stopped raising the roof. That was over like crazy back in the day. What made you stop and never bring it back? That's actually a great question.
It was over for its time. Raising the roof back then was something, we did in the clubs, back then. And I always say, if you don't know how to change with the time will pass you by. I just didn't think I could, keep that and ride with that through the end of my career or anything like that. But it was good. It was good when I did it, man. Raising the roof was it was a monster, dog. And I used to be a drum major too, and I think that's why I really started raising the roof, because it was always my my signature, my signal, signature to get the fans boom up. It's time to go, baby.
How do you know when to run with something and when to let it die? Like, for instance, main event Jey Uso right now is real over with the yeet stuff, and when he does this, I mean, you see the whole crowd do it. This is almost a version of raising the roof in some ways. You see the whole crowd do it. How do you know when? Okay, this is going to come to its logical end.
You never know. You just play it out until and let it ride until it fizzles out. You just run with it. I never really, I don't think I consciously thought about stopping doing it. I think it just happened. I just think it evolved, I think I became a different person.
Now, when you look at where we are going now with WWE, you have all these returns recently. You had Kairi Sane come back. You had Carlito come back. You have CM Punk come back. Randy's come back. You signed Jade Cargill. You signed Lexis King. You had Cody Rhodes come back. Do you think this is paving the path forward to have MJF come to WWE in 2024? Is it going to happen? Do you think it's going to? He said, now he's probably working here, but he said, whoever offers me the most money is where I'm going. Now, we know that money's a factor, but it's not the only factor. Do you think we see him in 2024?
You know what, man? I don't want to speculate because people might say, it's almost like jury tampering. I'm part of the company. But I tell you what, if something like that was to happen, it would be huge. It would be huge. It would definitely have that same feeling that that was going on back in the late 90s, early 2000s, to where, man, something don't feel right, man. Don't and then something, if that happened, oh man, floodgates could open. But I don't know. I don't know. Would I love to see MJF? Man, he's a hell of a talent.
Hell of a talent. Now,
Yeah.
if AEW were to lose MJF, though, would that? I mean, what would that do? I mean, that would kind of. I mean, a lot of their store power, at least, because he's the main guy right now.
I really can't say what would happen, but this just goes back to what I said before. When you got a product, you got a pretty decent product, you got a lot of talent. I think that's where you need to focus. I think that's really where you need to really think towards, creating some as much good content as you possibly can, and quit thinking about the other guys. Quit thinking about the other guys. Something might happen for you, but long as you're trying to compete against the machine. I remember when I first started in the business, and the WWA, the Western Wrestling Alliance, Ivan Putski promotion. I remember one time he goes, I swear to God, he goes, I'm going to put Vince McMahon out of business. 6 months later, we was out of business. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I was like, why would you be thinking like that? Why would you be thinking like that? And I don't know. Maybe that was the downfall. Thinking about somebody else.
Perhaps it was. Alex
So
Coulson.
reality wrestling, we don't think about nobody. December 2nd is going down, Christmas Chaos. Only thing we're going to be thinking about is the heat. And my main man, Gaspar. We're going to be going out. We're going to be taking care of business. It's all about checks and championships, man. So, yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there.
This is last super chat of the day. It looks like we're going to get this from Alex Costantino again. How close were we to getting FTR versus Harlem Heat, and could it still happen, or Booker versus Dax at a Rose show?
The Harlem Heat thing, we were never really close. That was never close to happening. It was just something I think we were just floating around, just, one tag team from the past to one of the tag teams of today. As far as me and Dax, I will whoop his ass at Reality of Wrestling all day. I know he's going to get this message. I know he's going to get it. I will whoop him from pillar to post. If he want to show up at Reality, just show up. Just show up at Reality Wrestling. Make sure you let me know so I can advertise it. You know what I mean? So we can get a few extra people in the house. So.
Well, you know what? We'll have to see if that ever comes to pass. But I do think that was that's everything we had here, Book. That's everything we got today. As far as CM Punk is back home, in his own words, Randy Orton has returned, Survivor Series in the books. We march on towards the Royal Rumble and NXT next Saturday as a premium live event.
And you know what? I might get an invitation this year. I might get another invitation to the Rumble.
Go back to
back. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm in shape and I've been training, so I want a rematch. I want a rematch with Gunther. Yeah. We got to get up out of here, though. We're gonna thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. Bradley, as always, man. Appreciate you for sucking it up in this thing, man. But like I say, next time, guys, we love you. Peace. We out.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership.
This is one of the all-time best pieces of advice ever given on the show.
Actor Rainn Wilson.
The number one thing that psychologists point to with young people of why they are struggling so much in this mental health epidemic is they don't have resilience. So how do you build resilience if you don't understand suffering itself?
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hi there. Sorry for the interruption, but are you enjoying this show on Google Podcasts? You should know that the Google Podcasts app is going away this spring. That's right, going away, gone as in no longer available. You can still enjoy this show elsewhere though. Try out Spotify or Amazon Music, or maybe TuneIn is more your style. Whatever app you switch to, be sure to follow so you never miss the next episode. And thanks for listening, wherever you listen.